What's going on, guys? Luca Rosano here, back with another video. I do want to quickly announce that today's video is proudly sponsored by Manscaped, and I want all of you watching this right now to pick up the Lawnmower 3.0. Go get yourself this bad boy. Now, I want you to experience this great product firsthand, and you can do so at a discounted rate if you use my promo code. You can now get 20% off any Manscaped products plus free shipping if you use promo code LUCA3 at manscaped.com. That is 20% off any products and free shipping if you use promo code LUCA3 over at manscaped.com. You will not regret this purchase, and I guarantee you, gentlemen, it will be one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life. And more importantly, your balls will thank you. Link in bio. So the Toronto Raptors aren't mathematically eliminated, but barring a crazy comeback, which would be one of the craziest comebacks in recent memory, the Toronto Raptors are about to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2013. That was a while ago. I was in third year university. Yeah, life was fun back then. A lot more fun than it is now. But this Raptors team has been going through what has been a very, very weird season. I mean, take the beginning of it all. The Raptors had to play in a place that was uncharted territory for them. They had to find a last-minute home, and they did so in Tampa, Florida, and let's just say their home hasn't really felt like home at all. And then they went on to miss a bunch of guys due to health and safety protocols, and it seems like the Raptors haven't been at full strength at all this season. They have had to go through many stretches of missing key guys, and we've been seeing it more than ever lately. Despite all that, the Raptors did fight hard, and you gotta give this team credit where credit's due. I mean, take it from me. I called all these games this season. I think I ended up missing a few, and I will continue to stream the rest of the season. The next 5 games left, even if they prove to be meaningless games, I will continue to stream the Raptors till their very last game against the Indiana Pacers. So I saw how hard the Raptors fought in some of these games and how entertaining these games were, but the Raptors just couldn't catch a break at the end of the day. I mean, how many of these games came down to the wire and the Raptors simply cannot execute late, or they just suffered a heartbreaking defeat when it looked like they were about to get a win, or the other team had a major comeback, or the Raptors went cold at the worst time of a ball game. So many things went wrong for the Raptors this season, and luck was definitely not on their side whatsoever. And now here the Raptors are, destined for the lottery, but while many people think this is a sign of bad things to come for the Raptors, I personally view this as a reset for a team that has been one of the most consistent teams in the NBA of recent years. The Raptors have been a staple of success, and even the best teams sometimes have to go through some growing pains and have to go through some losing seasons on their way to becoming relevant again. And I honestly believe that is the case with this Raptors team. This is not the end of them, and I believe the Raptors will be back as soon as next season, and I'm going to tell you why I believe this. But before we get into it, do me a solid favor, guys. Drop a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. YouTube's telling me that a bunch of y'all watch my videos, but you're not subscribed. It does help a ton. It takes 2 seconds, guys. Make sure you are subscribed and ring that bell so you never miss an upload from yours truly or a live stream. I will continue to do the Raptors games, and once the Raptors season officially comes to an end, I will be doing playoff live streams as well, so you definitely don't want to miss out on any of the action. Go follow me on social media if you haven't already, and as always, leave your comments down below. So the first reason why I believe the Raptors will be back next season is they're a very good young team. So let's begin at the top here. I think we can all agree that the chances of Kyle Lowry being back next season with the Raptors are less than 10%. I think this will ultimately be his final season with the Raptors. And it'll be interesting to see if we see Lowry playing in one of these remaining 5 games, or if the last time we saw Lowry in a Raptors uniform was that excellent performance he had against the Lakers. Time will tell. So Kyle Lowry, I expect him to be gone. Hopefully the Raptors can get some value in return. Hopefully they can swing a sign and trade versus just losing Kyle Lowry to free agency for nothing. But regardless of what happens with that, the Raptors will go with a full youth movement next season. and this is a youth movement that I feel pretty good about. Let's look at next season's projected starting lineup as of right now. I mean, you're looking at a lineup of Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and then hopefully the Raptors can go out and get themselves a center. Whether it's in the draft or free agency, that remains to be seen. Now, for those of you saying, Luka, Birch has been unstoppable, he has looked great out there, I agree. Birch is a very solid big, and who knows what would have happened if the Raptors got a Birch or even a Gillespie earlier this season. They probably would have been in the playoffs. But personally, I don't view Birch as an everyday starter. I view him more so as the main backup of this team. And speaking of backups on this team, the bench is also looking pretty promising for the Raptors, with young players like Chris Boucher, who has missed the last couple of games, but we've seen him come alive this season. Malachi Flynn has been much better lately. He's coming off the Rookie of the Month honors. Then you got Birch, who I think could be that backup center for the Raptors moving forward. Don't forget Gillespie. They just inked him to a new deal. You're going to have guys like Bembry, Johnson, and of course Yuta Watanabe. I do think the Raptors still need to go after some more scoring depth. I know Rodney Hood, they got him, but I don't really trust him. I mean, he is so streaky. So I do believe the Raptors will have to tweak their bench a little bit, go get some more pieces, particularly guys who could come into the game and provide some offense. Because how many times have we seen this season, especially the Raptors bench, absolutely stall? But all in all, the starters look good, the bench looks good, and fully healthy, this team should be back in the middle of things next season. They do have to address the biggest concern, though, and that is doing a better job of closing out games. I mean, how many times have we seen the Raptors in a late game situation absolutely blow it? Raptors got to get better at being a better team late in games, and that's going to be a big area they need to focus on. If they can get better in that department, they got the pieces, they got the guys that can play at full strength. This is a good young team. Now, another reason why I believe the Raptors will be back next season is the Raptors are going to get a solid draft pick. If the Raptors get really lucky, they can get a top 4 pick, which would land them a generational talent. I mean, you're talking about a Cade Cunningham, an Evan Mobley, who the Raptors could desperately use right now at that center position, a Jalen Suggs, or even a Green. But we know luck has not been on the Raptors' side. So as it stands right now, the Raptors would have the 7th pick. Some names that come to mind are a Keon Johnson, Mitchell, who I'm personally a big fan of. I mean, look what he did with Baylor on their way to winning the national championship, or a Moses Moody. It's looking like the Raptors will get a guard in the draft again, unless they get super lucky and fall into a position to draft Evan Mobley. They got to figure out how all these guards are going to work with obviously a Gary Trent Jr., but we could ultimately see Gary Trent come off the bench next season if the Raptors view Fred VanVleet and whoever they get in the lottery as the Raptors' new backcourt of this franchise. But whatever the rotation is going to be, the Raptors are in all likelihood going to add another good young guard and a good young piece in a draft that has been dubbed one of the best drafts in years. The last reason why I think the Raptors will be back is the Raptors hopefully will be back in their rightful home. Now, I'm not going to get into the pandemic here, but we obviously know the state of the world right now, and hopefully the Raptors will actually be able to play home games in their actual home next season. I mean, let's call it for what it is. Their home court advantage this season has been a complete joke. Their home games have felt like road games. I mean, just take last game, for example, when Siakam was getting booed at the line in their game against the Wizards. Are you kidding me? If the Raptors can get back to where they play their best basketball, that will only help this team even more. But if they are forced to play another season in Tampa Bay, at least they'll be better prepared this time. It won't come as a major surprise, and it won't be such an adjustment as it was going into this season. All in all, the Raptors' future still looks promising to me, and this team will be back in the playoffs next season. I'm confident when saying that. The Raptors could use this extended offseason break to rest up and get back into business once the 2021-2022 season hits. So that's my take on this, guys. How do you view the Raptors going into next season? Do you think this team will be back, or do you disagree? Let me know. Another big factor that I did not include in this video is what's going to happen with Masai Ujiri. I'll probably drop another video on that as we get into the off season. But yeah, guys, I look forward to hearing what your opinion is on this subject matter. Let me know down below your thoughts on whether or not you think the Raptors will be back next season. Again, smash that like button if you haven't already. Please sub to the channel so you don't miss any future uploads from yours truly, and go connect with me on social media. And lastly, consider becoming a channel member today. Hit that join button and you can help support this channel on a monthly basis. That's it for me, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back live streaming again tomorrow when the Raptors take on the Grizzlies. And until next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace out.